Hello, what is up everybody, RL57 here, back with yet another diecast car video. And in today's video we will be checking out the Tarmac Works Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 2. And this is basically from the Macau, I don't know how you say this, Guia race 1992. This is actually the Berlin 2000 edition, and this is actually a container container version. So yeah, you have Hobby 64 on the top. Like I said, everything just over here. You can see the car through the window that it has right here, which is nice. Tarmac Works right here on the side, and the other side we have small size, big heart. Moving towards the back, we do have Tarmac Works, Tarmac for good. Just nice. I love the design right here. That looks pretty cool. And the bottom right here, Tarmac Works, Mercedes logo, Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5 16 Evolution 2, and I believe that's the racer. I think Klaus Ludwig. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly or not. There's the barcode, made in China. If you're wondering where can you get this, you can basically get it from the two Monster shop, either by going to their store or from their Shopee page or TikTok page, or if you live overseas, maybe you can get it from the Tarmac Works website, depending on whether it's still available or not. So yeah, just if you're wondering, this video is slightly interesting as we have the massive what do you call this, big diorama at the background right here. This is actually my Mercedes-Benz showroom, which I did buy a couple of weeks ago and managed to arrive, basically get to fixed it into place, and here it is, looking very nice. This is my first video starring the new diorama. I will get this diorama into the videos with the Mercedes cars maybe in the future, besides this car basically. And yeah, I guess without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. Let's see, how do I open this? Hold on. Okay, got it open. So let's see here. It's quite hard to get out. Hold on. It's a bit tough to take it out due to, yeah, there are some accessories. Hold on. So empty box already done, settled. Now, first of all, it does come with this, which is basically a cover for you to, well, instead of leaving it as a window, let me just show you. This right now has a window right here at the front, which is basically see-through, so that you can see the car, the 190E. But with this panel, you can basically cover it up as if it's an actual container, which is actually pretty cool. And then at the back right here, we do have the certification card where it says Mercedes-Benz 190E 2.5 16 Evolution Macau Guia race Klaus Ludwig, and I got 2,792. That's actually a big number. So yeah, let's actually take a look at our car. That looks pretty nice, if you ask me personally. In the I don't know what specific gray is this, but this looks cool. You can actually slide the base out, which is actually pretty cool and interesting. You can slide the base out. You can see the car right there, looking very, very nice. 190E in the sort of silver, is it matte or gray? I'm not entirely sure, but the color is very nice. If you ask me, it's pretty epic. With the base that it comes with right here. So like this silverish liquid sort of color, which is stunning. You do have the Berlin 2000 here and there, the number 9 and whatnot here and there. Of course, the base is quite small, obviously, as it needs to fit in that tiny little container. Yeah, let's put the car here first. Let's describe the container. Oh, that actually looks very nice. Like when I put it in front of the Mercedes showroom, that's actually pretty cool. Let's just show the container without the car in it. So here is the container. Obviously, like I said just now, you do have this transparent piece where you can swap it out with the covered one that I showed you just now. On the top of the container, we have the, I don't know what is this, supposed to be a bear or a dog, I'm not entirely sure. And this is number 9 right here, racing number, obviously. You can see that there are some like pins right here, pin connections on the top of each corner of the container. What that does is, if you look through the bottom right here, you do have the similar pins, just that they act as if they're stands. What you can do with these pins, if you have many of these similar containers, basically you can stack them one by one on top of each other and basically create like a container scene, sort of like a diorama or something like that. That would look epic and pretty cool, actually. Here on this side we have the Tarmac logo right there. On the other side, yeah, just the simple container like door sort of. And then at the back right here we have Berlin 2000 and that similar sort of design at the back as well. So like this grayish container. Also, it's plastic, just if you're wondering. Here's the bottom. Nothing really great, but still pretty simple and nice. I guess you guys might want to see that what do you call that, the thing that I showed you just now, which was the cover. I can try to open it. I think we don't need to like show the cover. I think it's already fine. It's pretty simple anyways. It's just the Tarmac logo and whatnot. I guess let's put the container at the background like that. That looks actually pretty cool. Berlin container, sort of like a new shipment of a Mercedes car just arrived. And I guess without further ado, let's unscrew the 190E from the body of this base. Okay, so it's gonna be a bit tricky. I'm gonna try. I've never actually unscrewed the base. I have opened this already, but I have never taken it out of the base until I reviewed the car, basically. And this is basically my first time ever taking it out of the base. So let's set it on the turntable, and let's take a closer look at its details. I don't know whether I need to close the light of the showroom or not, because it might make the color of the car like darker or so. Here is the Mercedes-Benz 190E. Is it focusing? Yeah, it is. I think I should turn it off. Hold on. Yeah, so you can like basically get a clearer look. And here is the Mercedes-Benz 190E, whatever the name is, 2.516 Evolution 2. Yeah, and yeah, this looks stunning if you ask me. First of all, with the inclusion of the container, that's already great. You might be thinking what might be the price of this. If I'm not mistaken, it should cost around 90 to 110 Malaysian ringgit. I can't really remember the exact price of when I bought it, But yeah, it should cost somewhere in between. As well, it's not just your typical Tarmac Works car. It does come with a container, and the container is quite special compared to an acrylic case. Even though acrylic case, you can stack them together, you can basically display them with or without the cover. This containers, on the other hand, are like pretty unique to Tarmac Works, as normally they're the only ones who does these containers, which is actually pretty cool, if you ask me personally. And I really do like the fact that they use the 190E as an example. I believe the previous 190E also had a container which was colored in black and is currently inflating in price. I'm not sure if I'm not mistaken, they should be I think increasing in price a lot. Nowadays, I think that black 190E should cost around 100 to 200 bucks, Malaysia ringgit, sorry, which is quite a big price for a container plus a car. But I must say, since it's a 190E, that would make an exception, as well, it's hard to basically bear with it, basically, because it's a very stunning car. If you ask me personally, I really do love the 190E. It's a pretty amazing car, if you ask me. So I guess without further ado, let's take a closer look at the 190E. Quite scared to hold it as well. One, if you look closely on the roof, it does have the antenna. Number two, on the hood, you do have the badge which is sticking out from the hood, which is actually pretty fragile, and if you ask me, I'd rather not touch any of those. So we start off from the rims right here. We sort of have these wannabe disc rims, which are colored in this sort of liquid silver color, which is actually pretty cool. We do have a ton of sponsors, which I'm not gonna talk a lot and basically focus on it one by one, because that will take a long time. From the back right here, I can see Shell, we can see Bridgestone, Grand Prix Macau, number 9 right here at the back door. We have Ludwig, which is the driver name right there. We have Berlin 2000 on the door itself. I don't know what does any of the others say, because I cannot really tell what are those, but it's fine. So you do have some other sponsors on the side right there. Similar sort of rims. Oh, I actually forgot to mention, obviously you do have rubber tires, and then the special part is the rubber tire part. Basically it says Bridgestone, which is actually a pretty good detail. You do have your regular side mirror, which is rubber, is it? No, plastic side mirror, which is yeah, not too bad if you ask me. You can kind of see the roll cage from the side right here. Before I forget to mention, yeah, there is a roll cage in this car, which is super duper cool, and I really do like it. Let's move on to the front of the car. Here's where you can see the front logo. I guess you can see it. There is a front logo on this car, obviously sticking out from the hood right there. You do have transparent clear headlights right here, with addition of the blinker side, I think, colored in sort of like an orangish yellow, which is nice. Sort of like a sticking out front bumper right here. Obviously 190E normally has these. Bridgestone AMG license plate. You do have some other sponsors at the bottom here as well. Don't know what are those. You do have the front logo, like I said just now, the grille details with the chrome silver and also black, which is nice. Moving towards the hood, Berlin 2000, you do have that similar face just now that I showed you across the car as well. I don't know what are these other sponsors or anything on the hood. I cannot really tell. You can like pause to see it yourself, I guess. Who knows? Moving towards the roof. You do have the number 9s. Sorry, it's actually upside down, but these are not number 6s, they're actually number 9s, because on the box itself it shows that it's a number 9, so just bear in mind, okay? So yeah, you do have some other sponsors right here as well, inclusion with the antenna that I just mentioned just now. Actually forgot to mention the interior. Blacked out in dashboard, blacked out seats, blacked out interior fully, I think. Regular windshield tint, zone fu for the windshield banner, colored in white, which is pretty cool. You do have another window banner at the back right here, which says Berlin 2000 with the logo again right there, and also the back. Here is the other side, just if you're wondering, pretty much the similar thing. Sponsors are flipped around. Basically everything's the same right there. Moving towards the back, red colored rear lights and a touch of orange and also clear right there, which is nice. AMG license plate, Mercedes logo right there at the back. Berlin 2000. What else does that say? Don't know what else does that say. Shell, Bridgestone, basically that's it. And you do have the twin exhaust tips at the left side right there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's show the bottom, if I can show the bottom. Hold on. Oh no, it's upside down. Trying to carefully show the bottom right here. So plastic, yeah, plastic blacked out base. Tarmac works, Mercedes-Benz 190e 2.5 16 Evolution 2, made in China, and that's basically it. I'm basically handling it as it's a fragile piece. Hold on. Okay. So yeah, it is quite fragile. So I had to take some extra precautions, especially with the front logo, like I said just now, as well as the antenna. So I cannot really touch the roof, and also I cannot really touch the hood, because of the risk of it may breaking apart or anything, who knows, because those two are more of a critical risk rather than the side mirrors of a car, basically. Sorry, a die-cast car, of course. But overall, looking at the Berlin 2000 Mercedes, I really dig it. It's very nice. I would say it's a very, very cool looking race car back in the olden days. What year was this? They said 1992 Macau Guia race. So yeah, back in the 90s. So it's a very, very popular basically race car back in the day. Not just the race car version is popular. Basically at the time, even the like regular stock car of the 190e is almost as popular as the race car itself, especially in countries, especially in European countries, I believe, Germany and some other countries as well. Surely enough, back in the 90s, there are a ton of these rolling around here and there. Not just the 190e, I believe there are many other Mercedes cars that are pretty famous at the time, basically, especially in the 90s, the 80s as well, during peak era basically for Mercedes. The classic cars were quite a hit, especially during the times. Nowadays, yeah, even though they do join racing teams basically, but they're not as the same as the olden days, where they basically use these sort of race cars. The 190e, the Red Pig, if you don't know, that is also a very famous classic Mercedes. What else? There are a ton of other old Mercedes cars. Oh, the CLK LM or CLK GTR, that is also, I believe, Group 2 or Group 1 sort of race cars, basically, back in the days. Nowadays, they don't really do that much of a competition. These days, they normally just use the AMG GT3s, GT4s, and also basically the F1 teams, obviously. Mercedes F1 teams with Petronas. Basically, that's it nowadays. But I would agree that cars like these, they are getting really popular, and till this day many people are still finding it. That's one of the reasons why I said early on in the video where the blacked out 190E is getting more and more rare at these times, because well, basically they are basically a collector's pick. Obviously, many people want to have these sort of cars in their collection, so as a conclusion, they basically would buy it at any price they want. So, well, in that case, basically many people are reselling them for, well, weird prices. So if you ask me personally, 190E is an absolute great, lovely model. Will they do something like this again in the future, Tarmac Works? I'm not entirely sure. Hopefully they do, maybe in some other liveries or so. There are a ton of other liveries for the 190E, not specifically this, but there are a lot more. And not only in the racing careers as well. Need for Speed, for example, in the racing game, basically. I don't know if many of you know this or not about the 190E. There is actually a special one, which I am planning to get in the future, hopefully, for me to review. It is the special ASAP Rocky 190E, which is quite famous nowadays because one of the most recent games, basically from Need for Speed, I forgot the name of it, but they basically had a specially designed 190E shown up in the game, and basically I think 4 or 5 months later, there was a 164 scale brand announcing the release of that in 164, which is actually pretty crazy if you ask me. And I plan to get that somewhere in the future, hopefully the 190E ASAP Rocky edition. Hopefully I will get my hands on it, but until then we'll stick with the 190E made by Tarmac Works, which is overall pretty sick. And yeah, I guess that is all for today's video. Once again, I'd like to say thank you guys for watching. See my other videos. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you soon. Bye bye.